The year is 1586. Across Catholic Europe, blades are being sharpened, not in the open, but behind velvet curtains. England's queen is surrounded, enemies in every court, allies who speak loyalty by day and treason by night, a cousin who calls the crown hers by divine right. And across the sea, the greatest empire on earth prepares to strike. But in London, there is a man who doesn't flinch. He reads letters never meant to be seen, knows things that haven't happened yet. While others speak of politics and faith, he moves pieces across a board only he can see. The loudest men think they rule. They mistake volume for control. But the real game is played in silence, in whispers, in secrets, in alliances sealed with ink and blood. This is the hidden war of Francis Walsingham, and most never knew it happened until it was already won. Before we go deeper, most won't even make it this far. But if you're still watching, you're not like most. Like the video. Not for me, but to tell the algorithm this message isn't noise. Subscribe and I'll keep pulling back the curtain. Elizabeth Tudor inherited a throne wrapped in smoke and fire. Her father shattered England's ties to Rome. Her sister tried to drag it back through flame and execution. Now Elizabeth stood alone, a queen in a land split by faith. To Catholic Europe, she was a bastard usurper. To her Protestant subjects, the last shield against the stake and the sword. Most saw a kingdom on the brink. One man saw something else. Francis Walsingham saw opportunity. Where others gathered armies, he gathered information. While nobles counted men and coin, Walsingham built something unseen. An empire without borders forged in silence. His agents were not lords or knights. They were pirates in Spanish ports, Huguenot refugees with ears in Catholic courts, Dutch rebels, Italian merchants, exiled German Protestants, all feeding his web, thread by thread. Walsingham understood what the old world could not. The game had changed. Medieval kings fought with blades. Renaissance princes fought with gold. Walsingham fought with whispers. He read letters not meant to exist, forged seals that fooled kings, planted agents in rooms thought to be impenetrable. When Catholic plotters wrote in cipher, Walsingham read them before the ink was dry. But his masterpiece was patience. In 1586, a young fanatic named Anthony Babington plotted to kill the Queen, to free Mary, Queen of Scots, to light a match that would burn England to the ground. Walsingham could have stopped it at the start. He didn't. He let it grow. He let them write, let them recruit, let them sign their names in full, because every letter to Mary passed through his hands. Every secret route built by him. Every messenger, his man. Every cipher, already broken. Only when the web was tight, when every name was known, did he strike. 14 men vanished in a single night. Their own words sealed their fate. Mary walked to the block not because of hearsay, but because Walsingham made her confess with her own pen. No army marched, no battle raged, and yet England's deadliest enemy was silenced. Forever. That is the power of alliances and information. That is what war looks like when it's fought by ghosts. This isn't just a story, it's a pattern. Walsingham didn't just protect a queen. He mapped out a system of power that still works today, if you know how to see it. If this kind of strategy speaks to something in you, you're not alone. There's more, but it's not public. It's sealed inside file number 1, and it's only available to members of the Whispered Order. There's a link below. But finish this story first, then decide if you're ready to see what they tried to erase. This is the lesson that separates those who react from those who rule. Walsingham understood what most never will. The greatest victories happen before the battle begins. While his enemies gathered men, he gathered minds. While they forged swords, he forged alliances. While they planned invasions, he launched campaigns of information and made those invasions unnecessary. He didn't win by fighting. He won by making war irrelevant. A single agent in the right place was worth more than 1,000 men on the field. One cracked cipher was stronger than any wall of stone. His enemies believed they were playing chess. They weren't. They were pieces in a game he had already finished. That's how power truly works. Not with noise, but with silence. Not with spectacle, but with position. The loudest men announce their strength. The wisest never need to. Walsingham built an empire with no borders, no banners, no throne. Just ink, silence, and the right men in the right places. And when it mattered most, whispers brought down a queen. You see it everywhere, once you know what to look for. In business, the loudest leaders make the headlines. The real ones? They're building quiet partnerships, gathering intel before the market catches on, positioning themselves 2 moves ahead, so when others see an opportunity, it's already too late. In negotiation, amateurs cling to the script. Professionals already know the answers. They study influence maps, pressure points, unseen agendas, long before they sit at the table. In careers, it's never just about working harder. It's about understanding the unwritten hierarchy, knowing who really makes decisions, solving the problems no one else has spotted, being known in the rooms others don't even know exist. The battlefield changes, but the principles don't. Information before action, alliances before confrontation, patience before striking. Walsingham knew. By the time your enemies realize they're in a game, you should already be the one who wrote the rules. That's all I can share here. What you've just seen, it's only a fragment, a glimpse into the war behind the war. The rest? Classified. Because the architects don't want you to see it. They built the surface world for a reason, to keep you distracted, to make you think power is loud. But the battlefield is physical, that if you can't see it, it isn't there. But Walsingham proved otherwise, and so will you. File number 1 holds the real tactics, the invisible strategies, the alliances, the information, the exact patterns the surface world can't grasp, and the architects don't want anyone decoding. Because once you understand this, you stop reacting, you start anticipating. You become dangerous to both of them. Join the Whispered Order. Unlock file number 1 and step off the board they've been using to control you. Click the link. Start playing the real game before they even know you're in it. Before you vanish into the shadows, if this gave you something to think about, leave a comment. It lets me know you're not part of the surface world. Like the video to show you're listening. Subscribe if you're ready to hear more. History whispers, but only the prepared can hear it.